Hi everybody, Nick Espinoza, your chief security fanatic here, and today I actually want to talk about influencers because influencers are about to get a cold dose of reality, and honestly, I think it's much needed around the world. Here's what's going on. I absolutely love this one. This is coming from the BBC. So, when we're scrolling through photos on social media, it's oftentimes really hard to tell if something has been edited. So the question then is, would a disclaimer stating that the post had been filtered or modified help to improve the viewer's potential self-esteem? That's what we're talking about here, because a new law in Norway is coming into force that would mean social media influencers can't post modified photos without declaring what they have actually done to that photo. Now, these rules would affect any paid posts across all social media platforms as part of an effort to reduce body pressure among young people. These new requirements were passed as an amendment to Norway's Marketing Act, and the King of Norway will then decide if it comes into effect. That's right, Norway is a monarchy, if you didn't know. Now, the government website says the aim is to help reduce pressure in society due to, quote, idealized people in advertising. And I continue to quote, among other things, a duty is introduced to mark retouched or otherwise manipulated advertising. With this means that the person's body in the advertisements deviates from reality in terms of body shape, size, and skin. Now, it will cover filters like you might use on Snapchat, as well as digital alterations of things like body shape and size. It affects anyone who is posting a paid promotion on social media, including influencers, actors, and singers, not to mention marketing companies, etc., etc. Now, conversely, a study, or I should say in conjunction rather with this, a study out of the United Kingdom by the members of Parliament last year found that the majority of under 18-year-olds said that social media images were quote-unquote extremely influential in their own body images, and only 5% of under 18 in that survey said that they wouldn't consider changing their appearance by doing things like dieting or getting surgery, meaning only 5% had a somewhat decent self-image of themselves. I think this is a huge problem that we have in the world. We've seen what social media has done to the younger generations. I have done videos and podcasts and on my radio show about this, how the massive spike that we have seen since 2011 in depression, suicidal thoughts, tendencies, all that kind of stuff has exploded for boys and just nuclearly exploded for girls. And that basically, the correlation there is the rise of Facebook with this. iGen by Jean Twenge is another excellent book that you can read on this exact thing. And one of those problems that we have is self-image. It lowers self-esteem. It makes people unsure of themselves. It's very hard to get comfortable in your own skin when you are bombarded daily with advertisement shots, even of your friends that are touched up, edited to make them look slightly better than they actually are. In that way, you start to feel that, deficient, or you start to have an idealized form of what something should be, when the reality is almost nobody meets that naturally. You look at things like the Kardashians, for example, that's 100% photoshopped all over the place, and when they accidentally put something out that isn't, they recall it and then it makes news. I mean, this is what we're talking about here. And as we are attempting to raise the next generation, with social media, with these algorithms that push them towards things that tell them, hey, you need these beauty products, or you need this or that, and you've got, let's say, these models that look completely perfect because they've had hours of Photoshop work done to make them look that way. That's a very serious issue. I think it's a very serious issue for both men and women. Although I do understand, per study after study after study, this does affect young girls more than it does young boys. It's something I think that we really need to address in society. I'm curious to see where Norway goes with this, but quite frankly, I think that would be great if we have, nutrition labels on the side of boxes. If Apple can put out a nutrition label for cybersecurity and privacy, for all the apps now that they have to self-grade, why not have it for this as well? Why not basically make reality what it is? Reality. I mean, we understand movies are going to be touched up. We understand movies are going to be sensationalized. But I think we also have to realize that what we are striving to oftentimes is computer generated. And we really don't realize that. We really don't think about that. So that is your news of the day. And please like, share, follow me here on Facebook and Twitter at NickAESP. And please feel free to subscribe to me at YouTube as well. And as always, stay safe, stay online, and please stay private. Thanks, everyone.